Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd do like a fully get ready with me from start to finish on like a Valentine's Day look. Now I've literally jumped out of the shower and chucked on a hoodie just because it's freezing in my house. So I am literally starting from scratch. All I've done is shower. So if you want to see what I'm doing for Valentine's Day look wise from start to finish, then keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and let's get into the video. Now the first thing I'm going to be doing is drying my hair because I can't stand having wet hair on the back of my neck. It drives me crazy. So I'm just going to do that. It's like actually about -5 outside and it's not much warmer inside, so got a nice hot chocolate to keep me warm. Now that my hair's dry and out the way and not annoying me quite as much, I'm going to move on to the face. So I'm going to start by moisturising, and if you know me, you know Vitamin E moisturiser from Body Shop every time without fail. It's just my go-to moisturiser. So I'm just chucking that all over my face. My hair is already annoying me and sticking to my face, so I'm just gonna like part it in the middle and clip the top half up because it's driving me crazy already. For brows, I'm gonna be using my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, who knows, but you've seen me do that 1,000 times, so I'm just gonna skip it for you or speed through a little bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer just to carve out my brows and also use it as a bit of an eye base. Not a crazy amount, just a little bit. We're gonna ignore just how bad my eyebrows need doing. It's honestly one of the first things I'm gonna do when salons are open again is go and get my eyebrows done. The palette I'm going to be using today is actually Beauty Bay's new palette. So this is the new Romantic palette from Beauty Bay. This is what the packaging looks like. It's super cute and I'm very excited. So yeah, it's another one of their like 20 colour eyeshadow palettes. This is what it looks like. It's absolutely stunning and I'm super excited to dive in and give it a go. So I'm not showing like exactly what kind of look I want to do today, but it's definitely going to be pinky and girly since they're the only kind of colours we've got. So I think to start with I'm going to go in with, decisions. I think Birthday, which is this shade up here. Before I do that, I'm going to go in with Vanilla, which is the cream shade, and just add a teeny weeny bit of that all over my lid just to set that concealer and that base a little bit. I'm not going in with too much, it's literally just a teeny amount just to stop it creasing. Yeah, and now I'm going to go in with Birthday, which is that light pink shade, and just start buffing this through the crease. So as this is the lightest shade I'm going to be using, I am taking it up quite high and quite close to the brow bone. So I'm just going to buff the shade Birthday right out onto my temple, kind of through my brow. And now I'm going to use a bit of this shade. So this is the shade Smoothie. And with that, I'm going to take a slightly smaller brush and just add a bit more definition. I think I am going to do like a cut crease today. So like a full cut crease. So I'm just trying to start creating the shape that I want for that. Okay, so now we are looking like this. I'm going to go in with a teeny bit of the shade here. So this is the shade Claret. I'm going to pronounce it like that, but who knows? So it's just the purpley tone in the middle. And I'm going to take that on a little pencil brush and just start putting that even lower down in the crease. And then again, just going back in with that first brush and the shade Birthday, just to make sure everything is blended nicely together. I do actually want it a teeny bit darker, so I'm just going to keep building that deepest shade that we've used and just like deepen out the lowest points. So I'm just going backwards and forwards with the 3 different shades and the 3 different brushes, just to make sure that everything's blended out nicely and that everything is going to plan, basically. Now I'm not worrying too much about this outer corner because I'm just going to clean that up when I do my base. So for now I'm just placing the shades how I want them. Okay, so I think I'm happy with the crease colours. Now the pigmentation of this palette is awesome. So far no fallout, and like when blending it's not kicking loads of product onto my nose. So I'm really chuffed with this so far. I think the palette is really good, and I'm pretty sure it was only like £15 as well, which is unreal. Like to say you get 20 amazing shades and the big mirror, it's just like for £15 you can't go wrong. Like it's stunning. Now what I'm going to do is just go in with some makeup remover. So I just use the Body Shop Gentle Eye Makeup Remover. Just going to pop that on the end of a Q-tip and just clean up the crease with that, so that when I use concealer it's a lot cleaner. It's one of those jobs that you definitely need 3 hands to do. Anybody else just like forget how to breathe when doing stuff like this? So now I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape again and just cut the crease properly with concealer. So I'm just popping some on the back of my hand and then using like a domed brush, not domed, but like a flat crease brush. No, what are they called? Can't think. One of these little brushes anyway. And I'm gonna carve out the crease. Okay, I think that's as even as they're getting, so I'm just gonna have to leave it like that. I don't think it's bad. My eyelids are different shapes, so no matter what I do it'll look a bit odd. Now I'm a bit unsure of like what to do with my actual like lid space. So do I do like a glitter, or do I do a Smoky Wing, or before I do any of that I need to make this a little bit darker. The other one's definitely looking a bit darker than this one. I'm just going to go in with Vanilla, which was that like skin tone shade, on a fluffy brush and just kind of pop that all over the lid space just to set some of that concealer in place. Now I think I'm going to do like a Smoky Wing, so I'm going to start with the darkest shade that I used in the crease, that Claret, or however you want to pronounce that. I'm going to take that on a very dense kind of like flat brush. It's the kind of brush I use to carve out my eyebrows. And I'm going to stamp that where I put my eyeliner. Again, I'm not being kind of like too precise with this because I am just going to blend it out and clean it up later with concealer. I'm actually going to take a bit of Birthday, which was that really light shade we were using. I've got hiccups. And just kind of blend the edges with that as well. And now I'm going to take a little bit of that Body Shop eyeliner. It's the Skinny Thin Felt eyeliner. And I'm gonna put like the thinnest line just to help hide the lash band later. Okay, maybe I'm not going to use that because it's not working. So instead I'm going to use the L'Oreal Matte Signature Eyeliner. I'm just going to add some mascara. So for lashes today I want to use something super fluttery, so I'm going to use the Shapeshift Cosmetics lashes in the style Lit. They just look like that. I'm trying not to let them fall out the packaging. Quite long and wispy, and I think they'll just go really nicely with this look. Okay, so these are the lashes. Absolutely obsessed with these lashes. They are amazing, super cheap, super good quality, lovely packaging. So if you do want to purchase some of these lashes, you can use the code GCLEWES10 for some money off your order. The link to the website will be in my description box. So we're going to take a little break from my eyes and move on to the base. To prime, I'm going to go in with the Revolution Pro Colour Correcting Primer. So this is just the anti-redness one because, as you can see, my cheeks are bright red. Anyone would think I'm actually warm, but it's freezing. And then for foundation, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Full Coverage, Matte Coverage, 24-hour foundation. Now mine's just in the shade Ivory Rose or Rose Ivory. And now for concealer, I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape and just pop that under my eyes, then my forehead, nose. Can that helicopter like actually do one? Now, as this is a Valentine's Day look, I do want to go a little bit heavier than usual, so I'm going to be doing some cream contour today. To do that, I'll be using the Maybelline Superstay Foundation Stick. I'm going to set under my eyes with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder and then set the rest of my face with my Maybelline Fit Me powder. Now before I finish the rest of my base, I'm going to do my lower lash line. So I'm just going to be going in with the same colours that are on the top. So I'm actually going to start with the middle shade this time, which was Smoothie. And then I'm going to go in with the darkest shade, which was Claret, I think is how you pronounce it. And I'm just going to take that even tighter to my lower lashes, just to deepen up my lower lash line. Now going back to the face, I'm going in with my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Just looks like this. As you can tell, it's well loved. I'm actually hitting pan now, which is so sad. And then I'm going to go in with a really flat, weird kind of brush and just really lightly contour my nose. For blush today, I'm actually going to use the eyeshadow that I used right at the beginning. So I'm going to go in with Birthday, just the teeniest amount because this palette is so pigmented. But I'm going to use a little bit of that as a blusher. I think this will just tie the eye look with the base so nicely. Now because I am so pink on the eyes, I am going to make it quite rosy and put on a bit more blush than usual. Blend that right back into my bronzer. I'm also just going to run a bit of this around the perimeters of my forehead just to really bring everything together. For highlighter, I'm going to use the Beauty Bay Flash Highlight, and I'm going to put quite a bit on because I really do like an intense highlighter. It's just such a stunning shade. Absolutely love it. Now you don't actually need a lot of this, it is like crazy pigmented. It just, oh, it looks so good. I absolutely love it. And then I'm going to go in with a much smaller brush and the same highlighter and just use this to highlight my inner corner. Again, this is just tying the eye look with the base. And I'm also going to pop this on my brow bone. Okay, so that is the base all finished. I'm super happy with how it turned out and how it ties with the eye look. And now just for lips. Now I really don't know what to do. It's obviously going to be something quite pink. But am I going to go like neutral or am I going to go like a bright pink? To line my lips, I'm going to use the Cash Beauty Rose Nude Lip Liner. And it needs sharpening. Shock. So I do overline my lips just a little bit. So basically I'm just overlining at the top but then connecting it back to my natural lip line in the corners. And then for lipstick, I'm going to be using the Revlon lipstick in Cupid. Now this is one that I got out of an advent calendar, so I'm not entirely sure on like what kind of lipstick it is and stuff. It literally just says lipstick. And then I'm going to top that off with the Revolution lip gloss, also in Cupid. I usually don't like a pink lip, but I think it works really nicely for this look. So yeah, this is the finished look. I'm super happy with how it all turned out. That palette is amazing. I highly recommend that you get it and pick it up and get your hands on it. Like I said, I think it was only about £15, but £15 is unreal for that palette. It's so good. I'm obsessed. But yeah, I think this is a super cute look for date night or for Valentine's Day. This is the kind of thing I would wear if we were allowed out on a date. Obviously we're not at the minute, but if you're having like a at-home date night or if you just want to get glam, then I think this is like a lovely look to do. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And any feedback is always highly appreciated, like any constructive criticism or just any ideas or like things you guys want to see. I love reading through all the comments and doing like the stuff you guys actually suggest and actually want to see from me. So if you've got any ideas, be sure to leave them down below for me so that I can get them done for you guys. So I hope you guys like this look as much as I do. I think it turned out so much better than I thought it would. But yeah. Thank you so much for watching and I shall see you next time. Bye.